May 2014, Mayweather against Maidana was actually the last time I stood up on the podium promoting a boxing event. So you guys have to excuse me if I show a little ring rust. But I am truly excited to be here. I want to thank you all, the media, to be here to cover this amazing event. These are two top-notch matchups, four guys which are on top in their respective divisions. So I'm really excited to be my first event having such a tremendous Showtime World Championship boxing matchup. When I was promoting Mayweather and Maidana back in the day, in May, actually, it's funny how things happen. Sebastian Contursi was there as well, because he was working with Marcos Maidana, and Cuelllar was there as well. He was fighting Juan Lopez and knocked him out. So it's sort of like funny, the first time back, I have two, you were there too. That's right, you were there too with Maidana. You were there too with Maidana.
I was there in the audience.
So it's really funny how things happen. Here we are, and with sort of like, I'm starting where I left off, and that feels really good. I want to thank my family and my friends as well. The last 2.5 years have not always been easy, but I'm happy to be back, and hopefully I'll be able to add something to the sport of boxing. I want to thank as well this first-class facility here, owned by OUE, Lucy, the CEO, and Peter Johnston, to make the space available. It's today one of the major tourist attractions here in Los Angeles, and it's sort of like going full circle. That particular floor right here was actually the floor which I had my office back in the days when I was in the banking business with Swiss Bank Corp and then later UPS. That was my office space here. And then they took the space out and they made it an observation deck and a tourist attraction. So it's really funny how things happen. I want to thank my good friend Joachim Spichal as well from the Patina Group for the catering. It's the premier restaurant, it's the premier facility, and that's how we roll. That's how I always roll, and that's how I roll at Ringstar as well. Everything is first class. They wanted me to do a press conference from the Radisson Hotel. Nothing against the Radisson Hotel, but I don't do the Radisson Hotel. I do first class, and that is what the sport of boxing needs, and that's what I've always done. Boxing is entertainment, and we are in the entertainment capital of the world. And if you could pick four guys to entertain, who know how to entertain, then it would be these four. Charlo and J-Rock Williams for the IBF super welterweight world title. It's going to be a tremendous matchup. Styles make fights. J-Rock has been waiting for this opportunity, and Charlo is going to defend his title. This is one of the most talked about fights. Some people wonder if it ever is going to happen. Well, it's happening. It's happening right here in Los Angeles at the Galen Center. And then, of course, the fight here with for the title with Cuelllar and Mares is going to be all toe-to-toe action. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But we as fight fans are going to be really spoiled on December the 10th here in Los Angeles. I was reading the LA Times last week, and I really want to give the LA Times and Lance Pugmire a big props. Every week, I'm sure fight fans who know this, they have a full page about boxing, and I am certainly going to do whatever I can to help the LA Times and help other publications as well if they show that kind of commitment to the sport by buying ads. You will see on Friday I'll have an ad about this fight in the LA Times. So we need to stick together and empower the sport. But the reason why I took that last week's paper with me is Lance writes about the top 5 matches remaining in the calendar year, basically for the fourth quarter of this year. What are the 5 best matches worldwide? And 2 of them are these 2 fights here. And both of them are happening in the same night. 2 of the best matchups in the sport, right here in Los Angeles, the same night. The same night. Ticket price is starting at $35 and special student discounts for $25. I mean, no pay-per-view. Many of the most of the other fights he lists actually are all pay-per-view events. So this is like a free-for-view, you know. I mean, this is the best fighting, the best. Los Angeles, you've got to be there. You've got to see that. Now, I want to introduce to you Brittany Goosen, and this is a co-promotion with TGB Promotions. It's a pleasure for me to work with them. And Brittany, if I may ask you to come up to the podium, please, and say a few words.
Thank you. On behalf of my father, Tom Brown, who was unable to be here today due to the flu, didn't want to risk it with you fighters, and everyone else at TGB Promotions, we are thrilled to be working alongside Richard and Ringstar Sports on what is sure to be a great night of boxing. Together with my dad's matchmaking expertise and Richard's promotional talents, this has the makings of an outstanding collaboration. We are especially looking forward to working with the great staff at the Galen Center for the second time. We were there back in May of 2014, promoting the heavyweight world championship bout between Chris Arreola and Romain Sterling. That was a sold-out night, and I have a feeling this one will be too. Los Angeles has the best fight pens, and I know they will be out in full support for these great fighters on December 10th. Tickets do go on sale tomorrow, Friday the 28th, and we will see you at the Galen Center. Bye on.
Thank you, Brittany. I want to thank as well somebody who really is a very special person. Surprisingly, is not here. But somebody who really, in that period when I was out of the sport, checked on me almost daily to see how I was doing, and that is my good friend Al Heyman. I want to thank Al just for the human being he is. And a fight wouldn't be a fight without the Watsons. And when I heard that they were coming and they're back there, I really made me very happy. And that was one of the things watching TV, watching boxing. One of the things I've been missing is the Watsons in the corner. And I can tell you, with me, the Watsons will be in the corner again. So terrific guys, terrific family, and happy to have them here. Now the Galen Center. The Galen Center and the USC campus holds a very special place for me, because one of the things I've done when I was out of the sport was, I have 3 boys. The oldest one goes to LMU, Richard, and then I have Nikki and Alex, and those 2 joined USC. They were fortunate to get into USC, so I have 2 Trojans in the family. And so for me to come back, promote these great matchups, and then on top of that, doing it from the Galen Center, from the USC campus, is especially important to me and meaningful. It's a pleasure now for me to introduce to you the Assistant Athletic Director at USC and the General Manager of the Galen Center, Carl Reed. Thank you so much for joining us here. Please come on up.
Thank you. We're excited to have our second boxing event taking place on December 2nd at the Galen Center. As was mentioned earlier, we did have a great heavyweight championship bout back in May of 2014. We're looking forward to having everyone back. USC is all about, being the best. And I think by these 2 gentlemen up here, as well as the other fighters, we're going to have one of the best boxing competitions around. The Galen Center has been able to host various different world-class events, whether it's the Teen Choice Awards or the Kids Choice Awards. We just recently hosted Game 3 of the WNBA finals between the Minnesota Lynx and the LA Sparks. So we're all about making sure we put our best foot forward, taking care of the folks that come in for various different events, and we're just excited to have another boxing event at the Galen Center. I just want to leave you with one quote from the late great Muhammad Ali, and he said, "Champions aren't made in the gyms. Champions are made from something that they have deep within inside them. A desire, a dream, a vision. They have to have last-minute stamina. They have to have They have to be a little faster, they have to have a little skill and the will. But most important, they have to be stronger than that skill. Once again, we're looking forward to having everyone there. Fight on.
Carl, you forgot to mention that $1 from each ticket sold will go towards my son's tuition. Just kidding. But talking about ticket prices, their tickets go on sale tomorrow at 3 p.m. So make sure you get your tickets, starting at $35. And there's some great seats. It's a great arena. It's a great venue. It's the newest venue here in Los Angeles. It's a great facility. So make sure you encourage your readers and viewers to join us on December 10th at the Galen Center. I want to thank as well the State Athletic Commission and Andy Foster for sanctioning this event. It's the busiest commission in the United States, and they're doing a terrific job. Fighters like to come here, promoters like to come here, and just happy to be here in California and working with Andy and his team. I want to thank Corona as well, and you know, as I said, even though I've been out of the sport for 2.5 years, maybe I shouldn't say that, I'm probably going to hear it tonight from my wife who's here, but they still have the best looking girls from any beer brand, and so I'm happy to be involved with Corona again, and we have great plans with Corona to really wrap their tremendous interest in the sport around these fighters, not just when they fight, but in the off time as well. So we're working on some big campaigns with Corona. The fights, for those who can't make it to the Galen Center, are going to be live on Showtime and Showtime Championship Boxing. Yes, some of you might think it's pay-per-view, it's that good of a card, but it's not. You don't have to pay. It's for free on Showtime. And it's a pleasure for me now to call up Chris de Blasio to say a few words. Steven Espinosa, the president of Showtime, sends his regards. We have the backgrounds for Chris coming up here.
Thanks. Good afternoon, everybody. Richard, it's an honor. I'm really proud to be here for your return. Nice to see all the faces from Bruce Pinko and Integrated Sports and his team, and Richard, your whole family, and yourself, of course, up here. Thrilled to be back. And I'm proud to be here, and I'm proud to represent Showtime and what we've been offering to the sport of boxing. Steven, as Richard said, couldn't be here. He cleared his schedule to come out from New York earlier this week when the press conference was announced, but he got not feeling so well last night, so he pulled out last minute. So you guys get me instead. But I'll keep this brief. I think the message is simple. I think it's clear. Showtime is delivering the strongest lineup of any network in boxing, and we have been for more than a year now. Earlier this year, we announced 12 fights that were going to take place live on Showtime over a 12-month span in the spring and the summer. It was top-rated fighter versus top-rated fighter in match after match and event after event. The results of those matches were undeniable. There were 2 Fight of the Year candidates, Leo Santa Cruz versus Carl Frampton, and Keith Thurman versus Sean Porter. We had the biggest step-up fights for the champions and challengers in 2 really deep divisions, the super middleweight division and in the junior middleweight division. And now, earlier this week, as you all know, we announced the next series of fights coming to Showtime. And that lineup includes 14 top-rated boxers. That's 14 guys that are ranked in the top 10 consensus. There are 7 fights again spanning 4 months. There are 6 world championship fights. 3 matchups pit the #1 rated fighter versus the #2 rated fighter. These are matchups that cannot be denied, that the fans are clamoring for, that you and the press have asked for. These are being delivered. There's 2 world championship unification fights on the list. And there are none, as Richard said, on pay-per-view. These are available to Showtime subscribers, our boxing fans. This is proof of our commitment. No one's putting more manpower, more financial resources behind boxing on the television side than Showtime, and we're proud to do it. It all starts on Saturday, December 10th in Los Angeles, this next great run of ours. And it features the 4 fighters on this card, the top of the card, that are as respectable and dependable outside the ring as they are ferocious and talented inside the ring. So we're proud to be showcasing them on the network. 2 world championship fights. These fights exemplify what we're doing in Showtime Championship Boxing, and we're delivering on a consistent basis. You gotta say Cuelllar versus Mares. This may be the most evenly matched of the 5 featherweight championship fights that we presented on the network this year. And we know that Jamal Charlo versus Julian Williams is the latest in the series in the junior middleweight division, trying to provide clarity and give a future and see who that next man is in a deep and talented division. So with that, we're going to turn it back to you, Richard. I just want to say thank you, and again, how happy we are to be here and get this thing kicked off on December 10th.
I want to apologize as well that Charlo and Chavo are not here. They're in training camp on the East Coast, down in Texas. So but they will make themselves available next week. My PR team will organize a national conference call where we will talk about that fight and what a great matchup it is. If you look at the card together, those two fights, those four fighters' combined record, I think says it all. 103 wins, 3 losses. 103 wins and 3 losses. And these are championship fights, and these are champions. This is as good as it gets. Those 4 guys are as good as well because all 4 of them have some of the best trainers in the sport in their corner. The matchup here with Freddie Roach, with Cuellar, and then of course Robert Garcia with Abner. And it's a pleasure for me now. Well, you were there at the last press conference. My Donna Mayweather to call you up to the podium again and please say a few words. It's a pleasure for me to work with you again, Robert, and we always have a great relationship, and I will continue to build on that.
Buenas tardes a todos. Good afternoon to everybody. Primero que nada, quiero dar las gracias a todos por estar aquí, por asistir a la conferencia, a Cuelllar y su equipo por darnos la oportunidad. Sé que es un peleador muy dedicado, le echa muchas ganas, mucho corazón a sus peleas y a sus preparaciones. First of all, I want to thank Cuellar's team for giving us this opportunity. He's a very dedicated person, trains very hard, and gives it 100% all the time. Nosotros tenemos ya con Abner todo el año trabajando. Hemos tenido un par de semanas de descanso, pero no hemos parado de entrenar. Eso nos ha ayudado a acoplarnos más, a conocernos más. No tenemos un mes trabajando, no vamos a tener solamente 4 semanas para trabajar juntos. Tenemos todo el año trabajando, así que eso es algo que nos beneficia, me beneficia a mí, le beneficia a Abner y pienso que vamos a tomar ventaja de esto. I've been working with Abner for almost a year already. This whole year we've been working together on and off, different dates, different fights that have been postponed and canceled. But you know, now we have the opportunity to work together, get to know each other better. You know, it's not like I'm going to work with him for 4 weeks only. You know, I'm working with Abner for the whole year. We've been working together. We've been coming up with the game plan. Yes, the fight's been postponed, it's been changed, but that only gave us more time to learn about each other, and that's going to benefit us. I just want to invite everybody, come to the fight or watch it on Showtime. It's going to be one of the best fights of the year, I guarantee you guys. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Robert. I'd like to ask now Sebastian Contursi to say a few words about Cuelllar before I'm going to introduce Abner and Cuelllar. Sebastian and me have a long history as well, worked together on many fights and many fighters, and it's a pleasure for me as well to be working with Sebastian Contursi again.
Gracias a todos por venir. Primeramente, fue un largo proceso, otra vez estamos aquí. Han cambiado muchas cosas, pero lo que no ha cambiado es que es una de las mejores peleas del año, sin duda. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. Well, here we go again. It was a long process for which we need to thank people that really kept their promises, which is invaluable in this industry. First off, Al Heyman, who always promised that this fight was going to happen, where rumors were spread that it was not going to happen. And here we are. Showtime was always supporting this fight as well. And now we have Richard Schaefer as well here, who, you know, like he said, we have a long history together, and I welcome him back to the industry. I think that boxing really needs him. I also want to thank Team Abner Mares, Robert Garcia, Abner Mares, because I know they have a rough time. So we did, of course, but you know, people sometimes start saying nonsense things, and we knew that Mares was fit. It is not his fault. That's what I'm trying to say. Different criterias, whatever it is, I'm not blaming anybody, but I know it wasn't Mares. He was ready. Robert was having him ready. And it's going to be a war. It's going to be a war. There's no doubt about it. We love Robert. We have our back and forth, and these are boxing war times. So in the end, we are friends, you know? And I know, and he knows that we will love Robert because he's a great trainer and a great person. So, but now we are with another one of the best trainers. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here for agenda problems. I'm talking of none other than Freddie Roach, which I think it makes it more interesting, this fight, really. Representing Freddie are Paul and Marvin Zamudio, some of his assistants. And lastly, I just want to thank Jesus Cuelllar, because Jesus doesn't live here, as you know. He lives in Argentina, and there wasn't a single day that he asked to return to Argentina. He wasn't a single day that he was tired or depressed or anything. It's going to be, by the time the fight happens, he will be away from his country, his family, and his friends for almost 9 months. So I praise Jesus Cuelllar for his professionalism, and you know, he's in the mood to fight, let me tell you. So thank you very much, and make sure that we all watch this fight, because it's going to be war. Thank you.
Thank you, Sebastian. Now, I'm going to introduce to you a very special fighter, but a very special person as well. I've known him since 2004, and I think that makes this event for me that more special. To come back, to do it from Los Angeles, to do it from USC, to have two 50-50 fights, toe-to-toe battles. I think that's all great. But then, sort of like the cherry on top is that I have the opportunity to work with somebody who I really like as a person, who I respect as a family man, and everything he stands for. I said I met him in 2004 when he went to the Olympics and representing Mexico. He was born in Guadalajara, Mexico, and he was going to the Olympics representing Team Mexico. I was always impressed with his style, with his personality, the way he carries himself. And I met him, and he came back after the Olympics, and he gave me a milk bottle. They made the milk bottle back then in Mexico, Mexican milk bottle with his image on it. And he signed back in 2004, there's a stamp on it. He signed that for me, and that was not only the beginning of a professional relationship, but it was the beginning of a friendship. And that little milk bottle has a very special place in my office, and always will. Abner Mares is a 3-time world champion in 3 different weight classes, without any question, one of the best fighters ever to come out of Mexico or come out of anywhere. He is a legend already. He entertains, he knows how to entertain. He is just the true warrior, and you are all going to have an opportunity to see him December 10th, going for a 4th world championship against somebody with Cuellar, who is a strong champion, has defended his title 5 times, but that's who Abner Mares is. He's going to test himself against the best. So make sure you're going to be there. It's a pleasure and honor for me now to introduce to you Abner Mares.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I want to thank God for the help, for keeping me alive, for giving me another day. And I want to thank Richard for those beautiful words. It's not just business relationship that we have, Richard and I. It's on a personal level. I consider him a really good friend, his family. And I want to thank him. I'm really happy, like you mentioned. I started boxing in 2005, and believe it or not, he was the guy I was working under. He was the man. And here I am back again. A year later, I haven't fought in a year. I'm back with Richard Schaefer, and I'm really happy and thrilled about that. Not only that, I'm coming back with the network that I can say made me famous, which is Showtime. When I fought the bantamweight tournament, I fought there. It made me the star that I am, that I consider myself. Showtime, thank you so much. I won't disappoint. Like I do my best. I will give you the best, Abner Midas. This is a new chapter for me. You saw a really good, entertaining Abner when we first started, but I got 11 years already as a professional. You are going to see a different Abner, smarter, really, really sneaky. I'm learning a lot with Robert Garcia. Like you mentioned, it's been a year since I've been training for a supposed fight since March. No fight has happened yet, but guess what? It gave us a year to train, to learn from each other. Robert is a knowledgeable coach. He is a coach. He's not just the guy that works the mitts and makes you look pretty on camera. No, man, this is the guy. This is the guy that gives you pointers. This is the guy that corrects things. I'm really happy with my coach. I want to thank Al Heyman. Thank you, Al, for everything, for being there this whole year. It's been a tough year. I want to thank Cuelllar team for sticking there, for waiting for me. Really appreciate that as a person, as a business. Thank you. Again, it wasn't my fault. I was ready for June 25th. I was ready for that. I was in New York already. I was like 3 pounds already ready for making weight, and it just sucks that it couldn't happen. But it's finally here. I'm just thrilled. I'm thrilled to be fighting at the USC Gallen Center. I went there. I was actually working for a network, commentating the Arreola fight, and I can tell you, man, it was great. The atmosphere, the environment there, it's great. So I can just imagine being up in that ring and being the main event and showing people what I can do. I'm telling you guys, I'm a new man. I'm a grown man. I'm 30 years old. I got 2 beautiful daughters, 10-year-old, the oldest. You can say I'm a wise man now. I'm a guy that likes to learn every day. And I just want to thank every single one of you guys that are here today. Thank you for still believing in me. The fans that do and don't, tune in. December 10th, you will see a different Abner. Thank you all so much. You cannot miss this fight. Jesus Cuelllar, Abner Midas is going to end the year with the fight of the year. Thank you so much, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Abner. Jesus, Cuelllar, and myself, we've known each other for quite a while as well. As I mentioned, 2014, when he was fighting on the Maidana Mayweather card and knocked out Juan Malopez. That was the last fight I promoted. And here to be back now and promote this fight, which I think it's safe to say is the biggest fight for Cuelllar. It's a big fight, it's a statement fight, but he has always passed all tests with flying color. He's a true warrior, as they are in Argentina. He's exciting, big puncher, has a record of 28 and 1, sorry, with 21 of those wins coming by knockout. So yes, he's a big puncher. He became world champion in 2013, has defended his world title since then 5 times, and he has any and all intentions to keep that belt. This is his opportunity on a big platform. He knows how to perform, and he wants to keep that title. It's a pleasure for me now to introduce to you Jesus Cuelllar.
Buenas tardes. Bueno, yo llevo el día otra vez me la cara con Abner Midas. Estoy muy contento y creo que vamos a estar listos para el día de diciembre.
Hello everybody, thank you for being here. Well, the day finally came when Maris and I face each other again. I'm very happy to be around, and I can't wait for December the 10th.
Quiero agradecer a Eichmann, a Richard Schaefer, a Showtime y nada, porque finalmente se va a dar el 10 de diciembre lo que durante 3 años más o menos venimos esperando esta pelea.
I just want to thank Al Heyman, Richard Schaefer, and Showtime for making this fight possible when some doubts were, arising or around. And but finally, it will happen. It will happen.
Sé que va a ser una gran pelea y voy a estar a la altura de enfrentarme con grandes rivales. Mares es un gran rival y sé que voy a dar lo mejor de mí. Voy a llevar el cinturón para Argentina, como siempre.
Mares is such a great rival. So I'm sure that Mares will give it all, but I will too, and I'm ready to take my belt with me back to Argentina as I always did.
Estoy muy bien preparado para dar lo mejor de mí. Sé que con Freddy tengo un gran equipo y vamos a estar a la altura de todo para llevar el triunfo.
I met a great team led by Freddie Roach and Marvin Samadius here, Paul and other guys. We are training very, very hard. We kept training hard since last June, and that makes it possible for this fight to be awarded to be a win for me.
Voy a dar lo mejor de mí y bueno, muchísimas gracias. Voy a estar muy bien preparado para el 10 de diciembre para dar lo mejor.
I will give my best. I prepare for that. I will give my best on December the 10th, and be sure that you watch this fight because it's going to be a great fight. And this is a fight that I've been dreaming of having, and Maris knows it for 3 years actually.
Gracias también a todos ustedes por estar aquí, a Sebastián Montuzzi, a todos los presentes.
Thank you everybody once again, and see you on December the 10th. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Make sure tomorrow, 3 o'clock, the tickets go on sale on www.galenCenter.org. So make sure you get your tickets there. Great toe-to-toe battles, great matchups, and I'm really thankful again for all of you to be here, to show up. What a great turnout. We got all the cameras and all this media here. So thank you very much. It's my first one. Maybe I was a little bit rusty, maybe not. But you're going to have many more, and I see Peter Johnston here, Mr. U.S. Bank Tower. Thank you so much for this great space here. It's spectacular, and it still is the tallest building in the rest of the United States. Just because the church over there put an antenna on the rooftop, that doesn't count. That's cheating, okay? Well, anyway, thank you so much, and I'll see you all December 10th.